At the beginning of this offseason, the Las Vegas Raiders needed to address the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They did that in a big way on the defensive side of the ball when they signed interior defensive lineman Christian Wilkins in free agency. Then after addressing it on the offensive side of the ball in the draft, GM Tom Telesco signed three-time Pro Bowl guard Andrus Peat. To me, that means he wants competition everywhere on that offensive line outside of center Andre James and left tackle Colt Miller, the team's two highest paid offensive linemen. No one else on that offensive line did anything last year in Telesco's eyes to lock down the position, so this is where we are. The Raiders have some big training camp competition set up on the offensive line. Let's start at left guard, where I expect Pete to compete with third-year left guard Dylan Parham. There are some out there that believe Pete is coming in to play right tackle, and that might be true. I just don't believe it. Pete did play some left tackle last year, but he's a three-time Pro Bowl left guard coming to a team that needs to block Kansas City Chiefs interior defensive lineman Chris Jones. Not that the Pro Bowls make him a legend, but he's better there than at tackle. Pro Football Focus gave him good marks in 2016 and 17, but his Pro Bowl nods came in 2018, 19, and 20 at left guard, so I don't believe he's coming to play right tackle. I'll have more on the right tackle position later, but I think Parham has to complete with Pete to keep his job. He gave up only one sack last year, but that doesn't make him great at pass blocking. Guards don't give up a lot of sacks. They get a lot of help from the center. Either way, Parham was ranked number 49 in pass blocking, number 72 in run blocking among 135 guards in the NFL according to Pro Football Focus. That's average at best to go against Jones twice a year, so either Pete or Parham have to raise their level of play to win the job. As I told you before, I thought Darren Munford outplayed Jermaine Lumore last year and should have gotten the right tackle job. So I never really saw it as Lumore leaving this big void for someone to fill. Those of you that have been watching me know I believe in Munford. He did a good job at right tackle and filling in for an injured Colt Miller at the end of last season at left tackle. I believe Sports Illustrated's Hondo Carpenter said the Raiders like him too, but he still hasn't done anything to lock down the right tackle position. He still needs to compete for it. His competition is going to come from DJ Glaze, a guy many say the Raiders reached badly for in the third round of the 2024 NFL Draft. If you look at him up to the beginning of Senior Bowl week, they're right. There's nothing to see here. He's a 5th round pick. But if you heard Carpenter's report on how well he took to the coaching there and improved over the week, you'd see why the Raiders and a few other teams, according to Carpenter, liked him. Therefore, if the Raiders really liked him, and they obviously do, they had to pull the trigger. Munford and Glaze will compete when training camp starts, and we'll all be here to see how it plays out. That leaves us with the right guard position. That competition has 2024 free agent signee Cody Whitehair and 2024 second-round pick Jackson Powers Johnson in it. I'm not sure how much of a competition this one's going to be, though. Whitehair was signed just in case the Raiders couldn't get a guy they wanted in the draft. He made a Pro Bowl back in 2018, but right now he's more of a minimum competency player. He played in Getsy's offense with the Chicago Bears last year, so he'll know the system and all the blocking assignments that come with it. The youngsters can stand to learn a few things from him too, but again, Powers will likely win this competition. He's an absolute steal that was projected to go late in the first round, but the Raiders got him in the second. The only words I can use to describe the 6'3", 330-pounder are masher and finisher. Yeah, he does both of those things to opposing interior defensive linemen and anyone else he can find on the given play. The Raiders took the best player available in round 1 and were rewarded for it, with Powers falling to them in round 2. As we all expected, Telesco is building in the trenches. Like Pierce, he wants to win in the trenches first to make it easier to win in other areas and the game itself. With the acquisition of Wilkins, we don't have to worry about that on the defensive side of the ball anymore. Him, Crosby, and company got that. The question is on the offensive side of the ball, that is outside of James and Miller. I think Powers got this at right guard, so it's all about Pete and Parham at left guard and Munford and Glaze at right tackle. And I cannot wait to see how it all plays out in training camp. Thank you for watching. See you next time.